Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Wentz now on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. From the gun, it's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Four down. Check. Check three. He's coming. We got double up. Six guys. Check six guys.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And Tate's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check nickel. Check three.
They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Let him know. Check three. Slam.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brings up third down.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's third and 18. They need something big.
Check safety.
From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here we go.
the gun on third down. Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A gain of 5.
Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness? The burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Croft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs. But out there now and says he's feeling pretty good. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Set the plan. 37. Watch the slants. Watch the slant. Shit. Kill.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Joker. Take 4.
And Jackson throwing once more. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz. Got a man. It's the rookie, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Philadelphia.
Here we go, pack that. 120! 53! Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day.
Wentz to throw again. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
And an Eagle first down. That's the end of the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53.
Running from the gun with Howard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
Pack that. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. try to punch it in with Howard. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check back 50. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Switch.
Jackson operating from the gun. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get off the field, defense.
Now Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Hey, exit.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And this is Hurts with it, right side. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot down.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down.
Single. I single the slot. Eyes on 10. I'm coming, baby. Woo! You got tank.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Rolling to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
Now Jackson on 1st down, taking a shot for Samuel. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Jackson to throw again. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Don't get nervous.
From the gun, Jackson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jackson. The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Again, it's Wentz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They run with Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go. Pick it up, kid.
Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53.
From the gun, it's Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. He's got Gore. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Taken in at the 11. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we got
the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Get in the weight room. Done. Let's go. Hey, we got
Wentz now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get that ball.
Now they try the right side here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I got you, son. 53 for Mike. 53. Check 53. Not here. Let's go.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day. Check 43.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught right side, Tate. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
the Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get him! Get him!
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Jim.
From the gun, Jackson. His throw incomplete. Cole Beasley the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go now. 8 together. Don't get nervous.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and run it with Gore. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Let's go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. What's your son? 53 to Mike. 55.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
You know, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Wentz going to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Hey, lefty, lefty. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Throwing is Wentz. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo, as we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Brown. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. This is Tate. 7 yards there and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. They go with a screen to Gore. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
We got four. We got four. Check, 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 check.
To throw again is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Jackson now. Throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Mike.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. The first carry for Josh Adams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Waiting. Check 53, Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Mr. Dunn. 53.
Now Wentz on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Jackson operating from the gun. Got his target, Samuel. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one, and another first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jackson will throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. He hits Beasley right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Jackson, and that's complete to Croft. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Eagles' 30-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brandon Graham, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, and the Eagles defense able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Double time. Even. 4th down. Even.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Eagles, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.